Hey folks, Dale Davidson here at the Davidson Law Offices. It's a great day to be alive. Welcome to our channel. So today we're talking about undue influence. And what is undue influence? We talk about that in terms of elder abuse sometimes. A lot of times we have those types of issues come up in a will contest. Somebody thinks that they've unduly influenced mom or dad to change their will, and I'm going to talk about a court case that I was involved in. It was very interesting. My one and only jury trial. So, and then there's also times when the person's still alive, but they've given a major gift, land, house, whatever it may be, to a potential bad actor. And so how do you prove that undue influence? How do you win your case? Again, undue influence usually arises in the context of a friend. A lot of times, and most of the time, it's within the context of a family member or some third party who may be a caretaker. Now, this caretaker usually happens when you've got an older person who is housebound, and so you've hired somebody to come in and take care of mom or dad or grandma or granddad, and that they kind of befriend them, and the individual starts relying on that caretaker for everything, for advice, to take them here, there, wherever it may be. Instead of a professional relationship, it becomes more of a close relationship, which is kind of a dangerous thing in terms of a caretaker. And so let me tell you about this one court case. This happened a long time ago. I say a long time ago, about 10 or 15 years ago. And it was involving a will. And so this individual had been living with his girlfriend for about 10 years. And he unfortunately contracted cancer. And so it was a kind of a hurry-up marriage. They announced it to the family around Thanksgiving. And then, so they got married. Before they got married, the individual went and had another attorney draft a will. And then, of course, guess what happens once the individual died? His children, mainly one of his sons, came in and filed a caveat or a protest to the will, saying Dad was unduly influenced by now my stepmother. Okay, so what was interesting is that the attorney on the other side argued that this was a classic caretaker abuse case where she had taken care of him for 10 years and you kind of weaseled her way in there and was able to influence him to do something against his will. In other words, give her an asset that would have otherwise gone to his children. And what she got basically was the house, okay? Now there's other property involved that went to the children. So what was funny is I argued to the court, and I told the judge and told the jury this. I said, I'm quite sure that I don't know of any wife who doesn't unduly influence her husband at some point in some time to do something. So I got a big chuckle out of that. But they were never able to prove undue influence, okay? Because they couldn't show that Dad would not have done what he did but for mom living with Dad, or being the girlfriend, boyfriend, cohabitating, living as a common law husband and wife for the last 10 years. So again, you got to present enough evidence in your case to show that the decision maker, in this case the husband who died, was persuaded by the wife, stepmom, to make certain decisions regarding property, okay, and that somehow he was coerced. So that attorney was not successful. It actually we actually argued it in probate court. It went up to the Superior Court, And wow, it finally wound up in the Georgia Court of Appeals. Of course, it got settled before then. But undue influence is a kind of a tricky thing. But basically, you just got to watch out, as to make sure that your loved one is not being taken advantage of. How do you do that? Communication. Visit early and often. If you've got a caretaker, make sure that caretaker is not has access to mom or dad's checkbook, anything of that nature. We don't want mom or dad coerced into doing something that they wouldn't otherwise have done, but for that caretaker or that friend or that family member. Again, we have a lot of family members doing that also, especially nowadays with a lot of shut-ins with this COVID. Remember, undue influence is a legal term. You have any questions regarding what you believe might be undue influence or coercion, please give us a shout, and we can certainly help you in that regard. If you like what we're saying here, you're learning something, you learned something new today, give us a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so that we're going to have some more videos coming out here in the next couple of weeks. And until next time, be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get happy before